Hello everyone, my name is Marby and in this video I'm going to talk about a little bit, about my English journey through the Pecha Kucha format, and I will also connect it with a few points from our global intercultural communication class. So yeah, just sit back and enjoy the video. Right, so my first ever English encounter was when I was a kid. Both my parents listened to a lot of music, through the radios or in a car while we were out driving somewhere. So yeah, so my first ever English encounter was from music, actually. And during the early years, music set the basic foundation for me, and also school. But I feel like school isn't as significant as what music does to my English skill, which is the basic foundation that I have. And then this is, of course, my first artifact, which is music. These are the fifth band that both my parents used to listen a lot, and it does help me um, set the basic foundation of my English because I used to memorize the lyrics somehow, even though I don't really know what it meant. And then, of course, second artifact is video game. Specifically, I'm talking about here Clash of Clans. I played this game a lot back then, and I learn English a lot from the global chat, the system chat where we can like talk with our with different people. And then third artifact is of course my childhood shows. Um, I used to watch a lot of cartoons like The Amazing World of Gumball, Adventure Time. These English cartoons help me also um, learn English, and yeah. And of course, the fourth artifact is social media, specifically Instagram and YouTube, but more so on Instagram because on Instagram, I met a lot of people from different countries and we talk a lot, so that's how I learned English, even though I used Google Translate back then, but that's how I learned a lot. And then fifth artifact, this headphone right here, because I use this headphone to communicate with people real time while I was playing video game online. So it helped me, how do you say, speak to people with English, like in real time. And of course, I learned English through school as well, but I wouldn't say it's that significant because it does only help me in my basic stuff. But I feel like I've always started ahead of the materials somehow. So yeah. The one piece of media that has the biggest impact on my English literacy was this album from the artist Blink 182 because my dad used to listen to this album a lot. And when I was a kid, somehow I memorized the lyric and pronounce it perfectly, even though I don't know how to write it. And yeah, it's crazy. When I felt like a real English user was when I was playing video games with these guys. First time ever was during COVID, and we were playing online video games, and we used like the voice chat, and it clicked to me that I'm actually speaking English, and yeah, this is one of the moments. How's my relationship with language changed over time? Well, of course, when I was a kid, I see English as a foreign language. I was learning about it, but over time, language is a tool for me, a new tool of communication, a way of connecting with people from different countries and cultures. And of course, we're talking about digital identity. My digital identity with my real life identity is different because, let's say, in digital world, I use mainly English to communicate, and the friends that I have, especially on Instagram, were mostly, people from different countries and whatnot. So yeah. And of course, online, I mix my language differently. I use informal language, I use slangs and whatnot. So yeah, in online, I felt more flexible and more confident in my English. So yeah, and then entering college, it changed everything because studying in English literature, the way we study English isn't just how we speak it, but of course we study through the literature and linguistics part of English, which is one of my favorite subject, linguistics. And yeah, So how do I code switch? Of course, in college environment, when I speak with friends, I speak casual English with a lot of slangs and all that. But of course, if I speak with a lecturer, it will be formal English, and yeah, so that's how I code switch. In English also helped me express my feeling hugely because English has more vocabulary than intonation, right? And English somehow helped me express my feelings better with the more vocabulary options that English had. So yeah, of course, English, helped me learn to communicate across cultures. So I've met a lot of different people now so far. Some Tanzania, China, and it helped me. How do you say? Apply theories to speak with different cultures. In reflection, of course, I'm not saying that my English is perfect already. Of course, I'm still learning. But yeah, from this class, I've learned that there's people from different cultures and how to communicate perfectly and at least better them. So yeah, that's all from me, and that's Marvy. Thank you so much for watching my video. And yeah, I hope you guys learn a thing or two about me on my English journey, and leave a comment. Maybe we can like share your, you know, your experience and whatnot. Thank you.